Good morning and welcome back to, or welcome along, or welcome back if you've been watching all morning to the 2024 Bowls Queensland Champion of Club Champions. We're here lined up for the men's gold medal match with thanks to our sponsors, the Bundaberg Regional Council, the Bargara Bowls Club, Bioscapes Group, Sandhills Sports Club and Ross Gray Motor City. And of course, Bowls Queensland sponsors Mullins, More Than the Law, the Queensland Government, the BCIB, Insurance Brokers, ACIT Sports, J. Carroll Club Promotions and the Bioscapes Group. Fantastic sponsors of Bowls Queensland. And sitting here, being about to be joined, oh, this will be good. This will be like, those two, Waldo and old mate from the Muppets. We've got the Jim and Tim show for the gold medal match between Brett Wilkie from Club HELENSVALE and Glen Pitts from ALGESTER Bowls Club. The ALGESTER All-Stars versus the HELENSVALE Hawks. Welcome along, Jimmy.
Hello, Timbo. I thought Brian was going to do the lot, but he's decided he's hungry. I have got half an hour or so to be able to cover for him.
Oh, there you go. You're back on. You're on now. Start all that again. What was that? Something about Brian being hungry and you've got half an hour to cover.
Oh, I can cover his hungry little stomach that he's got.
I can certainly relate to that.
We have some sort of a game on. It's been game on since the draw came out.
Yes, I think the two
you
favourites.
were in the section. You were in the section of death with Wilkie.
Yep, and got treated accordingly.
And Pitsy was in a tough enough section. Just the simple fact that he'd been on the green for 2 days helped him be able to play the third day, whereas you were on the green for 4 days and you were starting to weaken a bit after 5 days play.
I got a bit puffed. But
it's high. It's not just physical, it's mental when you're playing these big games, and they're big games.
They certainly are, and they don't relent. They every bowl's spun gold out of the hand when you're playing Kane and Jacob or Breeny and Huey and Widdy and the boys. I had the pleasure of watching Whizzer up close and personal in the second game yesterday. I hit the lead 15-14 or 14-13 or something, and he got a bit cranky at that, and I didn't score again. So it was there to be got.
How many people feel sorry for Grinder, I'm not sure, but I was feeling sorry for Grinder when he drew Brett, and the first 6 ends Brett drew a resting toucher, and not just one, but he would have 2 others 6 inches away. Grinder drove enough of them off the green to only be down 9-0 when he could have been down 39-0.
Yep. Yeah, there was...
that was an awesome display on those first part, beating Grinder 25-5. I mean, there wasn't anybody much that was going to get higher than 5 the way Brett played that first game.
Both the boys have found the centre of the ring. Both playing different hands here, which is a little bit of a surprise. Glen Pitts is playing the ditch side, which will turn a little bit more traditionally. There's a nice little breeze helping on Brett's backhand there.
And I'm pretty sure that Cameron Wilson is Yowie. I've never known Yowie's first name.
You do now.
I'm taking a little shot at it being Cameron. And Danny Mott's on. People are just warming in.
Those are the players. Pitchy's found the centre of the rink. He's just slipped past a little bit. So Brett with a chance to try and nail one here to put a bit of early pressure on. Pitchy's second finals appearance in the gold medal match in 3 years. Of course, beat Aaron Sheriff a couple of years ago.
In Mackay. That's what we knew was going to happen, really. Are we watching this live or we just have it recorded?
We're playing ahead of the curve here. It's a good start for the commentary team. Pitsy, try and get one really close here, I think. He's 2 or 3 down. Good track. It's all about his speed here. All about his speed.
Got some.
He's just still going a bit.
Not much.
Enough for a second shot. That helps. Oh, what Wizard will just... Is he going to change and...
No, he's going to have a peek. He's going to see whether it's worth trying to touch that kitty round the corner. This is the age-old, whether you played 3 on that side, you play another one down there. If he changes hand, he'll be not trying to draw a shot as much as trying to score.
I reckon the back ones are just too far away for him to try and trail it. He could knife it down the line and be 3 or 4 down.
He's got to move it a foot. He's got to move it a foot, and it's got to go the right way. So we're going to give him the indication that he should be just drawing another one on his backhand.
Which is almost a guarantee that he won't.
Well, we'll find out.
About to find out.
Find out soon.
Forehand it is.
Forehand it is. We forced him onto it.
Yep. He's got good arc.
Track. He's got a good track.
It's all about his speed here. It's pretty good. He's not trailing the kitty, but I think he's drawing another one.
Inside that one.
Yep. Good
Doesn't matter what hand he plays, really.
It's a pretty ominous start for the Wiz.
No, the ominous start was yesterday morning. That was possibly above the Nelson boys when they put the cleaner through you. When they played unbelievable after 7-all.
Pretty good.
Unparalleled for that many ends. It was just relentless. Trojak, sponsorship here of the month. Who won the bronze medal match? For the men, it was Mark Armstrong, 25-21 over Robbie Spence.
And Wendy Wilson.
Pretty close game. Wendy Wilson beat Bolivia Millerick 25-16.
And Wendy continues to hold the Wilson household's best player prize. Not really. That was ever really in too much doubt.
He's a bit short.
A bit reminiscent of... I hope Grinder's not watching this. He'll be starting to have PTSD.
Well, after watching some of Brett's games, you just really expect him to draw a front knocker.
Pitsy's changed sides and followed him down here. He's not too far away either. Just carrying a bit of pace, but that's a great spot.
That's where he had to be. It wasn't going to be any good to drop a foot short. Pitsy beating Sheriff up in Mackay. I think it was last year or the year before.
Year before. Jacob won last year against Nick Gosley.
That's right.
Oh, whiz. Goodness gracious.
A bit wide. I think there could be some attacking shots played in this game at some stage too.
I would think so. Just got to hold on. I think he's just under the track here.
We've sacked Brian at the moment, Potto. We've got Timmy Smith on. But I'm afraid you'll get Brian back after lunch. A quick lunch he's allowed to eat. Only because he's the president of Bowls Queensland. He gets away with things like having lunch.
There's 3 or 4 sets of cutlery on the table. I'm not sure if he's having 4 or 5 courses, but might be more than half an hour. Brett running for a little bit of cover here. Shot just puts a bit of another option. Takes away one of the options that Pitsy had here. He'll be just looking to come up with a couple of feet, rest the second shot bowl, or get a little contact on the front one.
Little bounce on it. He's got quite enough weight. He's got track.
Pretty close here.
Gets in that.
Pretty good shot here. Just high. What a shot. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after the second end, the boys have started to warm up a little here. And they find their straps.
It doesn't mean you have to turn the volume down because Timmy's on.
Come on, settle down. Come on, kids. Play nice. What's Wiz going to do here? Just dead weight, drop another one right on it. Try not to open it up.
Telling a couple of stories on Wiz when he was away getting changed last night about, oh, has he get in?
But another good home.
Wow.
What's Bitsy play now?
That's the danger bowl.
Plays it too quick. He's still going to be 2 down. Does he just go bang and hopefully get them both clean or get a bit of kiddie action, kill it off the back one? Angle on here.
Early in the game, he
close.
just play 2-footer draw and hope to pat it a little. Maybe just sit the bowl in the middle.
Yep. That'll work pretty good. You don't have to be too much different.
He's playing good bowls and with the confidence.
I had a quick chat to Glen
way up
before he started and just said, good luck, buddy. He said, yeah, I've just got to find the form I had in the pairs against the Nelsons. Pitsy led up a storm against Kane, and he said the game he played against Rob Spence in the first game of the singles over on 13, he said they just come out really silky. He was just visualising, had his headphones in, he was just trying to remember what that was like, find the zone.
Benny G, Cheryl Colvin, Darren Christie all on board over here.
No one's commented on the other one since Mickey Trojak.
Yeah,
he scared them all away. Yeah, it's understandable.
Been a bit more slower on that one on comments today than this one. But Wiz's first bowl playing singles. We'll see what he does.
I've got a fair idea what it'll be.
Well,
pretty close. He's pretty good to there. Just under the line.
No grass at all.
Perfect weight. Pitchy switching back to the ditch side. A little bit more turn. Here it comes.
Have you ever seen us have 6 days at Bargara without any 30-knot winds?
When I arrived this morning, I went, oh, there it is. Where's that been for the last 4 days? Well, I've been playing and sweating out of bits I didn't know I could sweat out of. It's been hot as anything under here, and today the breeze is up just perfect to keep it cool. Not enough to affect the bowls too much, but just enough to get the air circulating. Wizards close here. Good shot, Brett Wilkie.
Still skinny. Pedro is on board now.
Glen's going to have a change of hand. I thought he might have stayed there, just laying the bowl down, but he's having a change over. Wiz made it look so easy.
Here it comes.
Yeah, it's coming late here. Just a fraction quick, is he? What an effort.
We call it a happy home. At least it makes Brett think a little bit.
I'll expect Brett to change hands here. He'll probably play his forehand, I reckon. Just try and get his own bowl down. Stop the trail.
No, get on the backhand, play the same as that last one.
Beat him to it, I should say.
He's still humming and hawing.
The danger is he touches the kiddie, it'll run 2 foot on its own without having hit it very hard.
Well, here he comes.
Almost like I saw into the future. Had a 2-bob each way there. Pretty good spot.
Anything 4 foot behind on the line, Kurt Brown was calling a lurker.
Yep. Well, that's it. Yeah, I like that.
And I've been using lurker most of the morning.
Yeah, I know. I like that. Yeah. It's just lurking about there. Yep. I like it.
Well, Kurt being a lurker himself invented that thing, I reckon.
Just slipped past again. But he's setting himself up here.
Yes. What, does Brett get into there now? Matty Lucas. Sorry, Pitsy. Anyone else, and I'd probably be in your corner. Go Wiz.
That's fair enough from someone from the Hawk's Nest. Yeah. Wouldn't expect anything less than that. Oh, Brian's bought you out a sausage roll, Jim.
No, he's probably bought Robbie out a sausage roll.
Robbie nearly snapped his neck, turned around then when I said it was for you. Oh yeah, Brett Wilkie on the forehand.
He's
just
going to
drawing
play
up.
for this second shot, I think.
I think he's still just trying to draw his own bowl, lay his own down, get it in behind the jack so Pitsy can't trail it around the corner.
He's trying to get the white one.
He's going to
That's
get
why
a
he
bet
went
each
up
way.
there for a look.
Oof. Good shot. What's Pitsy going to play here now? He's just doesn't have to change much. Draw a touch around the corner for 4. Or does he just go bang, try and get them all, kill it,
No,
sit on top of the ditch?
trails it for 4. Cooper Whitesides and Arthur Graham, ex-president of Brisbane North in my day.
Not the Arthur Graham from Moore Park
No,
or Emerald.
no, not the Emerald Arthur Graham.
Decision time, Pitsy. I think he's
Chucked it up
going
in-
quick.
Chucked it up in the air and caught it.
He's going quick, I think. Not far away from something. That'll do. Better dead than down.
Better be dead than red. I've got to stand at Warby's place tonight. It's
Oh, goodness.
got to keep that better be dead than red one. So he used to tell that to his old man.
Yeah, a few trotters and greyhounds. It would have been extra weight tonight, I'd imagine, if you're with Warby.
Maybe, maybe not. Got a long campaign in front of us.
Oh, of course, you're off to the Cup.
Moonee Valley Friday night.
Got something special for the listeners for the Cup, mate? Something we should be...
Not until we link up on Call of the Card.
Right, fair enough. The live stream is for at the pennant finals on the weekend. You'll have something by then, I'd imagine. You can tune in.
Quite possible.
Listeners, there'll be hundreds of people tuning in.
The shortened one.
Shorten one up. Oh, Brett.
Bit heavy.
Another cracking starter.
Because I'd called the social bowls for 1:30 this afternoon instead of our 1 o'clock start for the men's bowls Thursday afternoon.
He didn't like that one too much. He's turned his back. His speed's pretty good. He just got out a bit high. You'd think if you're going to come down and play social bowls at Bargara this afternoon, you'd reckon there'd be 200 people here watching this game, because this will be some of the best bowls I'll ever see here.
We had over 200 watching you play the fours final. It's most spectators ever at a Champion of Champions game.
Yes, we tried our best there.
Keith Muir from Pomona. No Keith well.
Trevor Solomons, thank you, and for the look around the facilities. Awesome bowling greens, absolutely fantastic. Thanks, Trevor. I've put a lot of work in here at Bargara to get it just right. Sandhills are doing their bit with the facilities, and all the volunteers doing a fantastic job keeping the carpets clean and keeping...
Mark Winter doing a fantastic job of marshalling all his scoreboard attendance and markers and whatever else, and trying to not make them do 3 in a day and all that sort of stuff yesterday.
Yeah, you give Billy Dilg a fair workout yesterday.
Yeah, well, he needed a fair workout. He didn't come and watch the fours. He stayed at home on the couch, watched it on TV drinking scotch, so I gave him a mouthful.
Fair enough.
Why wasn't he down here?
Pitsy close here.
Got it. I got it.
Good shot here.
Got it.
Great shot, Glen Pitts. Just what he needed. What's Wizard got in reply? A little toucher for 3 here. I'll call it early.
Greg Dewing. You thought that fours final was an okay game, Timbo?
I'd have thought it was pretty good if Huey hadn't potted the kitty when we had 4.
Yeah, would have thought it was a difference
Much
between a
better
good game and a great game, you know.
Correct. Rightio.
The good games when you play good and get beat, and the great games when you play good and win.
Yep. Pitsy got a chance here. Just double up here, mate. Just keep his track. Don't want to be tight here.
Pat King from Emu Park's on board now.
I'd be very surprised if this was narrow. That's where they come from.
He's going to be happy enough to get on the board after killing that last end, stopping a 6-0 start.
Yep, that's Hiawatha's favourite stat is score after a kill.
Score after a kill, or
yep. If you're down and kill it and you win the next end, it's like a
double
extra
plus.
victory. Yep.
It's like when you lose a 5 and you lose another 5 straight after it because you're still whinging about the 5 you lost.
Yep, correct.
Cannon Hill, Michael Flanagan.
Gone a little longer. He put the mat back just about on the tee, I'd reckon, and he's thrown it a bit over 3/4. So a bit of a length change. Out on the forehand. Pretty good track. All about speed now. Just
a little each way.
Yeah, last couple of feet. Don't have to be too much different. If Brett continues nailing it on this backhand side, I wouldn't be surprised to see Pitsy give that forehand side away.
Brett's going to continue nailing it, whether it be forehand or backhand.
Correct.
The form that he's been in for the last 2 days. We're arriving here.
Just under. Just
the advantage of driving early is that you can't take too many of your own bowls out.
True. Although the way I get my way, that one of Pitsy's would have been in trouble out in the wing there.
You would have been right in the
right
line.
in my hunting zone.
May I ask, what happens if during the game player's bowl becomes damaged? Do you wish another set or try and find a similar bowl to the one that's... I really need an umpire's decision on that.
Depends on if it's Brett Wilkie.
If it's broken in half...
He'll just play with 3 because that's probably all he'll need.
If it's broken in half, you'd have a new set.
Pitsy.
Little edge and wriggled past.
It's a good question.
Seen a lot of
fair few jacks get damaged.
A lot of jacks. Normally they get split in 2, but I saw one get hit in 4 bits one time, and they claimed the shot on the biggest bit of the kitty.
I tried that at your ring, and I was fortunate enough to
fire 2 here.
I'd imagine so.
Well, look at that for a Target. I don't really know the answer to that, Dale. Common sense would prevail. If he hasn't got a set of bowls, he'd start with a new set. What is the surface of? Tiger turf. Green gauge.
Pretty close to something here. Bit of action. Oh, what a shot. Good shot. Great result. Couldn't get it. He was going for Jack in the pit, and that was second prize.
Well,
1 to Glen.
1 to Wilk. 1 to Wilk because he's got one in his hand.
Oh, well, yeah. At the moment, it's 1 to Glen, but I think he could... I'm not going to say it because that'll be... If he doesn't get it, he'll watch his back and be up me for the rent, so... It's 1 to Pitsy at the moment.
We've got a couple on your side. Rollsy.
Yeah, Greg Rolls.
And then Anne-Marie, Hardy, Kane, whatever. Our leading
Anne-Marie Kane.
Skip for the Premier League in Hamilton, our ladies' rink.
Cheering for Brett. And
won 2 Premier Leagues, Anne-Marie.
Rollsy sitting on the fence. Just says it'll be a cracking game, which it will be. And not unsurprisingly, Brett draws a shot.
It was $1.01.
Yeah.
And Tom Waterhouse wasn't betting on it.
You certainly weren't getting your money back for second prize there. 5-1. Long way to go. But Brett has started very well. He hasn't had to play any runners or reaching shots at all. He's just draw, 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 whereas Glen's had to play a bit of everything. He's had a couple of nibbles. He's had a couple of full drives. It's all about rhythm at this point.
Christo Thompson, come on, Pitsy. Plenty of people cheering for Pitsy.
I got Rollsy off the fence anyway. Whiz by 8, he reckons. That's almost the
failure.
Yeah, almost. That's almost the best chance Pitsy's had to.
It's almost. If it was any further back, it would have been a lurker. It's in between a good spot and a lurker.
Yep.
Probably his first chance to be able to draw a shot without something being on it, and he's nailed it.
He said, "I'll have a piece of that action. Thank you very much." What a shot.
Wouldn't be here playing in a final for 3 on the trot and champion of champion singles unless he could play a couple on the right bias, Timbo.
Yeah, no fear there.
Joanne Marshall. Now, Brian claimed you were no relation of his.
He's not here, so is it true?
We're just trying to find out because we were thinking you were blessed.
A little bit tighter, he's asking it to hold. I don't think he will.
Now, Timbo, I'm going to ask you some tricky questions here.
Sure.
Sam. Like you started playing an Emerald.
Correct.
With Jimmy, what was your coach's name?
Jimmy Freeman.
Jimmy Freeman.
Was the greenkeeper.
That's his name.
He was a great man, Jimmy.
And you were well into the juniors, like 15 or something?
Yeah, I was in Emerald from when I started. Well, back in those days, you weren't allowed to start until you were 12. It's not not as open as it is now. We was trying to get back just a fraction quick. Yeah, there was all rules about how old you had to be, and you had to provide birth certificates and all sorts of stuff to prove you were 12. And so I was 12 when I started out in Emerald. And won our first, managed to play with my dad, with Darryl Smith, Noel Stratford, who's a Pine Rivers member these days.
Yep. Been at Pine Rivers for a long time.
Yep. Good shot, Glenn. That'll be 2, I think.
Now, one particular game you were playing second for me.
Yeah.
You must remember this game. We were playing Gateway.
Oh, yes.
And we were playing... You were approximately 70 kilos.
Yep, I would have been just turned...
You were about 18?
Yeah, just turned 18 probably. I got to Bundaberg when I was halfway through grade 12.
You were about 18. We were playing Gateway. And you've got to remember the name of the skip we played because we lost a 1 on the last end when we were leading 28-0. Neville Wood Bradley.
Oh, yes.
You can't forget that game.
I tried to forget it, but you keep reminding me. Just a bit high, Whizzer. Now, Pitsy.
Bozo was a state selector at the time who sat on the bank behind and did some marvellous comments. Of all the games that we played together, which we made
back in the day.
We got runner-up to Hendrix's and in the champion of champion 4s in about 12.
Yep.
Yeah, it's 12 years ago. Oh, I'll never forget that one game against Gateway.
Yeah, I remember...
We had the cards, hold up the cards.
Yep, the ace of spades.
The ace of clubs it was, because it was a club we were at.
Oh, that's right, yes, of course.
Everybody had an ace of clubs card to hold up when they played a good shot. Yes, we've got a game on our hands. Brett's played an end when he didn't draw a toucher.
We've got Vince Calabrese joining us from Leppington in Sydney.
He's one of our great watchers. He's always here. He's on very regularly whenever I get a chance of commentating. I'd say Vince is on every time.
It's good pick up there from Pitsy. Couple there. Just helps keep things nice and tight. You don't want Brett to break the rubber band too early, so to speak. He's try and keep it tight.
Close. Foot across, maybe.
I thought
2 foot across.
I mentioned a couple of ends ago coming back this way that
he'd switch.
He'd switch to follow Brett down just because Brett had been just getting a free rein down there. That's what he's done.
Got a few here.
Yep. Gavin Bradford. Afternoon, Gavin. Scott Hodgetts. G'day from Tassie.
And the bottom one. Have a look at that one.
Oh, hello, Aaron Hewson. You've already been mentioned a couple of times. That'll be enough out of you. See you in a couple of weeks at Pyalba.
He only lasted one shot on that hand.
Yep, we've forced him back to the other side.
Pothole Pete. Remember watching you in Coolum. Yeah. Just about navelled it.
Pretty fair shot here. Glen Pitts. What a shot. It's the, as everyone knows, the secret to singles, those first 2 bowls. The first one particularly, but if you can't nail the first one, if you can jam one right on it and the second one, that's where the games are won.
The unsecret of singles is to drop your first 2 bowls short.
I did that a few times. That's probably where I went wrong.
Drop your first 2 bowls short and you're right behind the 8 ball.
Yep.
Liz was a bit wild with that one.
It was almost like he was having a bit each way just on that other hand. He hadn't played too many down that side. Glen's on a great track here again. Pretty close here. What a shot. What a shot. Crowd like that one.
He's going to have a runner, not a... He's going to have an arriver,
This is a very tough shot. It's so hard to get your track right. Well, he only played draw weight. He just missed his line by looks at it. He played the
missed his weight
running line with the draw weight. Not a good combination. Righto.
Hello, we've got quite a few here that I've missed.
Pitsy with a chance to draw a
Warren
little toucher here.
Fairjones from Collie, Western Australia. Steve Jolly, tight paddle. Paul Slatter, Tim and Jim looking forward to a cracker of a game. Rexy Clements.
Sexy Rexy from Childers.
Yep. Watching from Drayton. Only ever played the Drayton 4s once. They were fantastic greens, I remember. They probably still are.
Lance Main, what a final. What woods are the boys using? Pitsy's got Henselite XGs, and Whizzer is, I can assure you that Whizzer is using Aero Optimas, both size 4s.
And what's his speed going to be with this one? Is he going to place proper weight? I think he should. Even if he hits his own bowl first, he's going to take one of them off.
Gets his 2 down. If he gets his front one, it might stay. Kitty in the ditches too. He's got one. He's lurker. He's got a lurker.
Yep.
Right on the lip. Drawing. He's set up as he's drawing, so he's going to try and draw the shot here.
He's walked. He's walked. Away it goes.
He's tight. Lorraine Wilmot, good to hear your comments. Jimmy, haven't heard from you for a while.
Hello, Lorraine.
Very fortunate for you, Lorraine. Roy Ray, that's Roy. I'm just going to leave it at Roy. Well done, Roy. And Edward. I'm also leaving Edward as just Edward because I'm no chance of pronouncing those 2 last names. The speed of the green. I just went through the bowls for the players, and the speed of the green's probably about 15 touch, maybe a touch quicker.
We'll say 15.
It's been pretty constant pace throughout the week, and It's good. There's a little bit of a breeze today, which is helping things a little bit. Coming straight across the players.
You can hardly, the breeze hardly gets to here. There's a little
Correct.
bit up north, up top.
Yeah, just enough.
There's hardly anything on the ground. You can't feel anything on the ground.
Just enough to create a little bit of air movement just to cool it down without having any impact at all on the bowls.
Have a look at that corner flag there. There's no movement at all.
Flaccid. That one down there is just about blown off the peg. So
it is moving, that one.
good starter there from Glen. Jack high.
Five.
It's about the first one he's had.
Mick West. I reckon I know 4 Mick Wests. One I went to school with for a start.
Pitsy's got a little chance here. He's last 2 or 3 ends, he's sort of had the running of the heads a bit more. And he's just got to get past that. That's another good shot. He's starting to create a little bit of pressure here for Mr. Wilkie, which of course is nothing new to Brett. How many games for Australia has he had? A couple hundred?
Have to.
And probably double that for Queensland. And he's just pulled up.
We've got Rosalie Dickerson saying something here. I think
what else would I do if not watching all these amazing bowlers? Pity my body won't bend like it used to.
I think that's Ian Dickerson's wife. She was on the other day. We were talking about Ian Dickerson when he used to sneak over from New Zealand, one of their leading New Zealand reps. Different Ian Dickerson.
All about his speed here. I think he's just going to pull up short. Great track.
Okay. Wrong Ian Dickerson.
Getting right back to the kitty there. Brett will be just looking to add another foot of run here. Get a little turn out of his own. Slip just under his.
Well, he's got a foot of run. That must put him somewhere.
Oh, look at that. Get a turn out of his own for 1. I think it's 1. Might be 2. But he's having a close look at the second one. Too much of an indication there. Trevor Solomon.
You missed a comment on what bowls they've got.
So so Brett Wilkie's got size 4 Aero Optimas, and Glen Pitts is using size 4 Henselite XGs. It's not a huge amount of difference in the turns or the arcs of the 2 bowls, to be honest. They're
very
pretty similar.
As similar as you get. So I had something sensible to say just before. Now I've forgotten it. I can't find something sensible very often.
So that would have been a great joy.
What, that I forgot it?
No, that you had something. Pitsy, get a bit of this jack here.
He got a bit of the jack.
Don't know if he got enough of it. He might be still 1 down, I think. It's close. Robbie might have a bit of a change of angle here and tell us.
No, he'll just tell us when he looks at it.
He'll tell us who's got shot.
Brett's going to run the fingers on it.
Whatever Brett does will be irrelevant. Robbie will tell us. Okay, there you go. The great man.
What did he say?
He said it's a very close measure, but I favour Pitsy's. That's good enough for me. 1 to Glen.
Because it is got the lean on it there, whereas the other one's leaning backwards.
Don't think it'll change Brett's thinking too much here. He'll just try and draw a counter. Draw the absoluter. It's a pretty good port there. Doesn't want to get the edge of that. Wouldn't have been so helpful.
He might have been down by the weight that he played.
Yes.
Jesse Robinson.
Are they taking one out and this is a measure for a second, or do they get that one out of the road because it wasn't in the count and just in the road of the measure?
Just a measure. Just in the road of a measure. Measure for shot. Breath didn't really hand the mat across. Kept the mat in his claw.
One to Glen.
One to Glen because it was sticking out a bit further.
And because Robbie said it was.
So we didn't need to measure.
One to Glen. New leader for the first time. Hits the front. Sitting here, we've got Chrissy Pav sitting next to me. You're not doing any stats this game, Chrissy? No need probably, because you know that every bowl's going to be a honker, so very good. No need to do the stats when you know that they're all going to be pretty good.
Solid 3/4, just far enough off the 6-foot line to leave a little bit of room in behind.
Yeah, this counts as long to me, I reckon. And Glen's wishing he'd thrown the kitty to the tee. We talked about this yesterday when you the kitty on these runs that bit further. So you've just I got into the habit of throwing the kitty and then sort of watching you get halfway down, then turning away and go and get a towel or a drink or something, because you're trying to sort of shake the weight, because that happens. You throw the kitty and then the other bloke just goes honk.
Everybody plays ditch to ditch. Too much long ends on the carpet. The kitty goes that much further. You go. If you're not used to playing on the carpet, you throw long all the time.
Not sure how Glen's managed to get away with that track. He was pretty tight down that side. He's held up on the centre line. Bit of breeze there.
Marker's doing a great job. Well, we didn't put the biggest fool we've got out marking.
Well, El Presidente.
He sent the president out to do some work. He hasn't stopped, actually. Been here at 6 o'clock in the morning to set up with Robbie every day.
Good shooting, Brett Wilkie. All of a sudden the head starts to get a little bit ugly here for Glen.
He's in front, 6-5.
Little momentum switch. Needs this to be a goodie. Just going a bit quick, I think.
Just enough to be behind.
2 down. Imagine this will be 3 down. Although he's a bit higher than he was with his other ones. I've put the mockers on him.
You're going behind, maybe.
Great speed.
No.
Perfect weight to draw a counter, but just got caught out a bit high.
He didn't want to go near that white ball, so he went nowhere near anything. It's very close for 2.
I know Glen just needs to get one close here, because if he doesn't, I wouldn't be surprised.
He's got to get to his own bowl. Gets to his own bowl, he makes it second. Yeah.
I'm going to think that that's going to stop Brett playing that hand.
Well,
he'll change over and try and draw a little touch.
He probably shouldn't have played his third bowl in that hand, because on the back end, because he didn't really have his heart in it, spearing it out there, yard jack high.
And he knows that he
worst bowl he's played in 2 days.
He it doesn't matter if he fattens the target up, because Glen's got no more bullets left, so he can just
draw a shot and he's full out.
Take his grass and lob on in there.
And it might be 2 odds declared 2, so probably still 2.
Yeah, I don't think that one that's under that last one of Glen's, I think had better weight. But
Jack high versus long ways is commentator's curse.
Yeah, we've
got one from Fiji again. He's always on. Often
Bulavanaka from Fiji.
Here comes Brett.
Just a
He's
bit
a foot heavy.
Glen happily concedes 2. Well, not so happily, I wouldn't imagine, but
New
concedes
leader.
the 2.
7-6.
How many more times do you reckon the lead's going to change? More than we can count, probably.
Yep.
More than 2 hands worth.
Now,
And shorten it up a bit. Just onto the end of the line. You can see that Brett's made a conscious decision that that he's playing forehand, backhand down the same side of the rink. His Optima's getting a nice turn there. Just a fraction quick. It's almost a lurker.
yeah,
Pitts
got to be a bit further away.
Followed him down. All about speed now. Last 2 feet. Couple of feet there. One to Glen. One of the blue and white.
Our normal B grade pairs champions or whatever would always change their hand if that was in the road.
Correct.
Instead, Brett would just draw
Poke.
around it
Yep.
and draw the shot. Now with the option to change hands with the shot and another one to tickle to, he may change hands.
Depends on where this one lands, I'd reckon.
Not far away, if it arrives, it'll be shot.
Last bit of run. It's just going to cost him again. That'll be the shot. He's only 6 inches short of jack high, I reckon. Oh, dead jack high. And he's pulled the switch. Good track.
Yeah, quick. Not
Just-
very quick.
Just quick enough not to.
When it sits down, it's shot. Doesn't have to sit down.
Pitts, he just asks, is it 1 or 2? And it's 1. He's going to change as well.
Question, boys, why they don't make the lines solid instead of broken.
I couldn't afford the extra chalk.
Right on the doodad.
That is.
Didn't touch the
Touch the kitty.
touch the kitty, touch the bowl. Didn't move anything.
That was a very good shot. Not a lot of joy there for Glen, but what he has done is given himself one in the right spot.
He stopped Brett trailing it 2 inches for 4.
He's out where they come from. Just short of a gallop, I think. Righto, what's he do now? It's got to look pretty inviting. The last one of Brett's is just about in his draw line for his backhand. Does he change back and try and find a port to draw it on his forehand, or does he rumble for the bowl? I suppose if he gets his own, he's still down anyway. Interesting. Whatever he plays,
Just going to arrive on the forehand by the look of it.
play it with confidence.
He's got to get that home. He doesn't want any extra weight to get it home.
It's coming pretty good for that gap, isn't he?
He gets...
Oof. I think it's only 1. It might be 2.
Do you play in those under 45s games at Toowoomba much?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Didn't think so.
They were sort of just finished as...
Yeah, you're a bit younger.
Yeah, when you used to go with Jason and
yeah. Well, I was
Darryl Berry and
playing with Junior one time,
yep.
and
took a shortcut on the way home. Is that the
yeah,
one?
we've told that story heaps of times. But this particular year was way back, and he introduced me to his mate that had just moved up and got a job at the abattoirs at Gatton, called Brett Wilkie, who'd worked in the meat industry down in Victoria. And Junior and Brett played for Australia on the indoor under 18 or whatever. They went to New Zealand as the Australian pairs players. And he introduced me. He said, you know, he'll be a good bowler. He'll be a good bowler when he gets a couple of games on the grass, because he's champion bowler on the outdoors.
Yep.
And we have many stories on Brett. One particular one, playing Michael Brown and drawing a shot when there was an inch to draw it and 6 down, and he should have, the 6 bowls to hit, but he drew the shot within an inch. Brownie's comments weren't repeatable here.
No, I could imagine.
And the Matt got the scoreboard down at the same time. We got beaten by the Downs overall then, because Charlie Hayes got beat, Freddie and Keepy got beat, and Michael got beat by this bloke called Wilkie that nobody had ever heard of. And Downs won the district sides that year, when a bloke called Wilkie was playing for him. He didn't play any running shots, he didn't know how to, he just played draw shots. But if you could draw like Brett's still drawing today, you didn't have to play running shots.
Correct.
And I suggest to you, he hasn't worked in the abattoirs for a while.
Oh, CEO of Bowls Queensland now. He lives and breathes bowls and doing a fantastic job. A couple of loosies here from Pitts. He's just
2 lurkers.
Given Wiz a real opportunity, which he hasn't quite taken, but that's good enough. They're all pretty much 2 jack highs and one just a bowl past.
He's got 2 lurkers.
He needs to just draw one here.
We didn't give you a sensible answer to that, Warren, why they haven't got any straight lines, they're just dotted lines.
Just because that's what the volunteers chose to do.
Yep. And whatever the
whatever
the workers want to
correct.
do, they will be fine with me. We're going to say that one's 3rd shot out there.
Yep. I'm going to say 2 to Brett. Pitchy found his weight, just missed the line, didn't quite have the faith to keep it out on the track where he'd been. What's Wizard do here? Change hands. Change hands and try and hide it away. Draw a noser. Any toucher makes 4. It's about where they start to turn pretty good here.
Gets around it. Doesn't get around it.
Side of it. Rightio.
See, I've always had good relationship with Brett when we ran Premier League from 5 or 6 years in the early 2000s, where I was the games director and he was the secretary. He did all the work. We had a booklet, a 12-page booklet used to come out in those days, and he did the booklets and I did the wrangling of the draws. So
player of the rounds and all that sort of stuff used to have.
I do the radio bits most mornings at 6 o'clock on 4TAB. If we get back from Toowoomba at 1 o'clock in the morning, I'd give Brett a run on the radio. It wasn't a problem.
What's he going to play? Is he draw it in the shot, or is he going to run those 2 bowls? Drawing it on his forehand. Change a hand.
He might just play a perhaps down the middle. There was another one Kurt said used the word perhaps. I thought only Bundy people used that word.
Social weight. Tell you what.
He's drawing it.
It's a pretty. Just got to cease a bit here because it'll start cramping. What a shot! What a shot!
Wasn't any great trick to it.
That's how you play a pressure bowl, ladies and gentlemen.
You drive for show and draw for dough.
And with that, it's 8-7. I wonder what he'll do. He's going to play the same length. He's just going to beat each other to death over the same length, these two blokes.
Yep.
Not going to try any fancy tactics.
8-7. Don't have to do anything desperate.
Just keep drawing them where you're drawing them.
And his second daughter, I've never known what her name was because she got born while the HELENSVALE five-a-side was on. And I've only ever called her five-a-side. And he couldn't go to the birth because he was playing in the game when his second daughter got born on the when the five-a-side finals are on. Those under 45 weekends at North Toowoomba Bowls Club, great weekends, especially the young bloke playing against the best of the best.
Yeah, the calendar's so full these days. You don't get too many of those under 45s. Or even you mentioned before about their gateway trips, purple pennant for Bundaberg. That's all sort of fallen by the wayside, unfortunately. Everyone's so busy with other things. Glen's got perfect weight. Just missed his track.
I don't know how to answer that one, Robbie. That could be one of your overseas connections.
Oh yeah, we've got a little spammer trying to get in there, and
Robbie was doing something with giving him some equipment. This one pulls up, it'll be on it.
Pretty good shot. What a shot.
Wow.
That's a ripper. No, you've removed it, mate. All good.
Yep, it's gone.
Of course, to any of our viewers out there watching along on Facebook or YouTube, if you see any of those weird little links come in, please don't click on them. Don't pay any attention to them. Robbie will do his best to remove those as quickly as he can, but they get pretty quick at times. Rightio, Pitsy. What do you do here? Draw another one. Change back to the forehand. Back to the forehand.
He's changed hands in his 3 times.
Yeah.
He swapped the ball in his hand now.
Make sure you remember to have the little one on the inside, whichever hand you play here.
Yep. It's a bad time to bowl the wrong bias.
Yeah.
I suppose when is a good time? When is a good time to bowl the wrong bias?
When you've got a front hopper and you need one to go out.
Dingo in a Premier League game against me at Hamilton bowled 4 wrong biases one night. That's because he didn't want to play his bowl. They basically declared the head. He'd get on the mat, concentrate, and bowl the wrong bias, and the crowd would
erupt.
The crowd would erupt for wrong bias, and it was really only crowd playing that he didn't want to play the bowl. But he got the crowd going.
That would certainly do it.
Because those days in the Premier League at Hamilton, after the races, we'd have 4 and 5 deep from people that had been at the races all day. That sort of added a little bit of volume to the crowd.
Is it 1 or 2 here, do you think? You think that last one of Glen's just snuck in for second shot?
I think so.
So we might see a little...
Not going to bet, but...
Wizard's just going to search down here, I think.
Wizard's going to pay pretty good weight. No, just
a little searcher. Perhaps a...
Yes, a hard shot to play here.
Very hard shot, but... Oh, he's trying to get back. He's trying to get back. I think if it wasn't 2 before, it certainly is now.
Greg's just about to put pen on paper, so it's not like a measure where the marker's already put on the card.
Pitsy's already told Wizard that it's 2. And Glen concedes, and We've got a new leader.
What's the time up to?
The time is 12:30 in Queensland, real time, 12:30 real time.
Well, I've told them, because they've only got 9 rinks, because everybody come to watch the thing. We play 8 rinks and one can sit and wait.
Thursday social, of course.
1:30 start.
This won't be finished in an hour, I don't think. It doesn't have the feel of someone getting on a big run here and getting 15 shots in a row before the other bloke scores again.
This is a sad call here. We'll buy you a beer next time I see you, Tim. I've only just emerged from the fetal position.
Sorry. Yes, there was emotions were high after the last game in the sectional of the pairs.
Nearly tit for tat.
It's interesting here. Pitsy's forced Brett off of that hand that he'd been nailing it on. I'd suggest Brett will be jumping straight back onto his favourite forehand. Unless this one of Pitsy's gets in a row, he'll swing away. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't jump back to where he's been playing the whole game.
Backhand, you mean?
A backhand, I mean. Sorry, down this...
You said forehand, but I knew you meant backhand.
Yeah, I meant the backhand.
Everybody out there in bowls world knew you meant backhand.
The not ditch side, which is where Brett's played the whole game, except for the couple of times being forced away from it, and this is why.
He's having a charge at that jack.
Oof. The crowd loves those ones when they get so close to oohs and ahs.
I didn't think he was going to miss it, actually. John Grainer. Go Pitsy. Still count.
But, yeah, I think he's giving himself a little pat on the leg there. I think he was happy enough to draw one, but just wanted another foot. He just wanted to get past to save this trail shot, which Brett's just under the line this time.
Ooh.
That got Glenn one somewhere where he needed one.
Halved the problem.
Pitch, I think he'll switch to his backhand here. He doesn't want to finish slightly high. He tips that one of
No, he
Brett's.
can't.
If he tips that down, he's going to be
Can't
one
play
down.
forehand.
Pretty sure he'll switch to his backhand. Here he goes. He's just trying
And not trail it.
close. He just played dead weight, close as he can. Just waiting for the leaf to blow through, which of course it doesn't. It stops right in his track.
Leave it alone.
Oh, goodness. That was very good, Jim. That was good for you. Very good. The leaf's name was Russell.
Yep. What's the name of the bloke that lives under that pile of leaves?
Russell.
I said that to Russell the other night. He reckoned he hadn't heard it. I said, come on, it's been going since primary school.
Rightio, that's the track. All about speed here. Looks like he's just going a little bit. Get back to that back one will be pretty handy. Just slip past it. He's disappointed, but that's definitely a lurker. If Wiz just overplays this and Kitty gets through, he's kept himself in the game back there. Wiz draws a touch a foot, 4 shots.
Oh, my prediction is he just draws it.
Yeah,
He's got
touch is a bonus, but
he's got the best part of a foot, so he's nearly even money to draw inside a foot.
You backing him in or out?
Backing him in.
Of course. Wouldn't back against him with your money here.
If he trails it 3 inches both ways, he could be 4.
Mm-hmm. Don't know.
It's not chasing it as fast as he could be.
He should be. He's pretty close to something. Oh, my Lord. He's always a bit quick, I think, for what he was really trying.
Yeah, he was a fraction quick, but he could have got it just the same.
Could have been. It could have been much better. Poke that bowl straight through the hole instead of landing it on the other one. It's the.
He skipped away. Dashed clear by 2 lengths.
It's biggest lead Glen's had for the game. Every time he's got one in front, Brett's fired straight back at him. So, you never know. It's interesting. It's been a pretty good game. I don't think either of them, if you went and asked them how they thought they were going at this point in time, I don't think either of them would think they were really playing the house down. They're playing very good.
Very solid.
Very solid without really. That's pretty good.
You'd want to be playing pretty good against them to stick with them.
Absolutely. Well, too good for me. There's no question there. I think for the standards that these two blokes set themselves, they're not quite peppering as much. I said that, and Pitsy's drawn a pretty good one, and then Wizz's got one right in the area. Good start. Good setup for a head here. Speed good. He'll get right back to the jack here, just a bit past it.
Handy nut.
In the counting zone. Good things can happen with that one. It's the track where Wizard gets him to turn back from out there. Played this good. It'll be 2, I think.
It's a definite maybe. Better say something stupid. We're not getting any comments in. Wouldn't be very hard.
Up in the bowls.
Wouldn't be very hard to say something stupid, surely.
Pity. Wait to get back there. Just had to miss the bowl. A few more Bargara shirts starting to roll in here. Jim getting ready. A few sets of bowls getting out for social this afternoon.
Might put a couple out on rink 10. That'll make it 2. Right where Brett's walking down there, we could play a couple of games there.
What's he going to play here? You go for the bowls? Go for the 2 bowls of the jack. He's got 3/3. Pretty good target.
Would you just turn into him on the backhand?
I don't think so. I think he'll run at this.
And he does run at this.
Played a few games with Pitsy in the Premier League and been around him enough. Over 40 side, he's just got to get down a bit. Oof. It's as close as you can get without getting it. It's one of his draw games fantastic, but his runners are pretty much on point. If he says he's going to get one, you just go, yeah, buddy, you just get it. Stand clear and collect the shrapnel. Welcome along, Mary. I'm glad that you're enjoying the coverage. Engrossed, we certainly are. We're about to have. I'm going to suggest we're about to have a new leader.
Jeremy O'Donnell. Good track.
Be
winding back.
Shocked if
might
he
have to get around it.
No, I think he's in.
Now we're not too sure how many that is.
Certainly 2.
We'll look over at the marker.
Putting the fingers on. He's got. Okay.
Take 2 out before we start thinking a 3rd one.
Get out the tape measure, so it must be pretty close. the green versus the rest.
We've got the dingo bait at the moment, 1080. 10-8. We'll be 10 all.
Doesn't beat it. It's about to be 11 to 10.
We get the third one in to make it 11-10.
Yep.
It looked a bit doubtful on the screen that that was third shot. When they got down, kicked those couple out.
I can. I'm getting senses of deja vu here. This is exactly how my game with Wiz went. I'd get back to square and he'd get a 2 or 3, and I'd get a 1 and a 1 and get back to square and he'd get a 2 or 3. And then he put the afterburners on and it was good night the nurse. I don't think that's going to happen to Pitsy here, mostly because he's a much better player than me and he's playing pretty good.
We've got Keith Clubb watching from Logan City, and Gibbo's finally answered Rex's call from this morning, I think. Oh no, Rexy was on earlier. You were here when Rex had one on, didn't you?
And hey Rex, I'm still chasing a shadow.
Rexy put a comment on, and Gibbo's finally got back on it. Trickling the right way.
Certainly is. That's a pretty fair starter.
Trickling the right way.
Bowl short of jack high. Pretty good shot. Oh, Whizzer, he still gets down good for an old fella, doesn't he?
He's not that old.
No, he's 50 odd, isn't he?
Could be 50.
Still gets down. His delivery certainly hasn't changed over the years. Two contrasting styles. Magpie just swooped us. Pretty good shot here too, is he? The last little bit of run's going to hurt him. Just going to hurt him.
Righto, well this is where Brett nails it.
Yep.
South Lismore boys are cheering for Pitsy. Danny Mott says that.
Brian Stewart says, Jimmy, have you sacked your apprentice?
Yes.
I'm guessing he's referring to Brian.
Yeah. I bulleted him. We couldn't listen to any more of that crap.
No. Bowls Queensland president doesn't have that much sway here.
No. He was just going to have a quick lunch with it. Yeah, it was
we both knew that wasn't coming.
The start of the game.
Oh, Glen's had a bit each way there.
That was perhaps a...
Yep. If he stays on, he'll be handy, and that's a genuine lurker right at the back of the rink.
Lake's entrance, Tommy Rose watching.
Keith Pickett.
Craig Howlett.
Keith Pickett from Narooma. Narooma? Where's Narooma?
It's down near Bega.
Oh, where they make the cheese.
Oh, you're not the cheese. We've done that. We've done that cheese story in the first game. Yeah, not quite as far as Bega, I think.
Rightio, Glen Pitts. Decision time here.
Watching from...
Come and have a look. That's a great idea.
Manrangatang.
What?
Robbie,
that's not a real place.
Robbie, you had to tell me how to say that word. Mananangatang.
No, that's made up. Someone's just made that up and
that is
just
definitely,
typed letters.
That will definitely be a place in New Zealand.
Somebody's dropped something on the keyboard there.
And you know what's happening here? Wiz has gone for a whiz.
Actually, I was going to ask that before we started. What was we should have run a book on how many toilet breaks.
Not that many.
Righto, Glen's been down and had a look. What's he going to play here? Draw the shot on his backhand.
It's in Victoria. Manangatang.
Manangatang. Gee, sounds like
you should go there soon.
I doubt it. If it's not in Queensland, I'm not going.
It's in Victoria, right? It's not in New Zealand is the answer. It sounds like a New Zealand town.
Bitsy, how's your speed here? Because your track is so good.
Jack.
So good.
Jack.
Just draw it. Just draw it. That's all you've got to do. Claim one before it falls and before Wiz gets back from the toilet.
It's fallen. I saw it move again. It's not falling now.
He's put the mat down, so that's a pretty safe sort of a sign. It's a good shot. 11 all.
Sounds like a close game, doesn't it?
It does. You were heading off with the Bargara crew for the Tweed and the State 8s game, James? Oh, no, of course, you're at Melbourne Cup, of course. You're doing all the bookwork to send them away with a how-to guide and stuff, or?
I'm giving up Emirates Day to come back on the Friday after Oaks to run the 8s at Capella Bar,
Right.
being completely neutral with my red gear on.
Yep.
And then straight to Pine Rivers for the BPL.
Yep.
And missed the final, flying to Mackay for the
Mixed pairs.
Mixed pairs.
Yep. Busy schedule.
Well,
trying to fall down that bowl. Bet you'd probably like it too. It's hard to believe it could stay on that angle.
hardly believe it'll stay there. Greg Robbie's up.
Yes, Greg, it certainly is a cracking game, and what a reply here from Brett. It'll force a change of hand, I would think.
And we have Simon planned for telling me near Swan Hill. It's 85 k's west of Swan Hill. Pamawa, Don Answer, Heather Brown, a last bowl Larry, and Dave Farnley cheering for Pitsy.
Plenty of support for both players. Two very popular guys on the bowl circuit. You won't find two nicer blokes than Glen Pitts or Brett Wilkie.
No, nobody can argue with that.
Even when they give you a belt and you still come off going, it wasn't so bad.
Yes, even when they rub your nose in the dirt on the green, you think, oh, I'll still talk to them afterwards.
Go and have a cordial together. Good shot here. Just the last here. Here it comes. Right back onto the jack. What a shot. What a shot.
I'll let you answer that one.
Max Reeves watching from... Oh, yeah. Enjoy your massage, Max.
Wendy, we're giving Troy a fair bit before. You were...
See you at Tweed.
Had this Suzuki behind the van or something or other.
Good shot, Brett. Still one to Glenn. That was a super good shot.
He's still got one to play.
Yep.
And it's still that bowl that's lying on that angle.
Yep. One each to go here. I'm gonna back Pitchy to draw another one here, and give Wiz something to think about.
You must have too much money if you're going to back him to draw another one there.
Yep. No, he just played an absolute. His
two bombs.
Second bowl was just short of the right track, and his third one was a honker.
He's thrown it in the right territory.
Sure has. He sure has. He's just a bit quick, is he? He's trying to get back now. If you're watching this back later, Pitsy, I'm sorry, mate. I've mocked you there. I've proper stitched you up there.
Well, he's
great track.
He's covering Brett knocking it through.
Yeah. Well, it does put a bit of an extra seeded out in Brett's mind now. There was a bit of a port down there on the backhand side to just run with impunity, but
well, surely he's going to play backhand to roll that bowl over onto the bowl without rolling it onto the kitty.
Correct, because now he's two down if he gets it all the way through, so he's just going to...
Oh, he's playing a bit quicker than I thought, but...
It's a bit under. He's Oh no, he's missed the front one.
You've got to be pretty good to play those shots.
Yep.
In fact, you have
Cody
to be...
Felberg's about the best one I've seen play those. Down here on this carpet at Bargara, there's not too many play it better than he does.
Some relation of Jesus Christ to be able to play those sort of weighted shots. Noddy Tracy. No, we haven't got a grass green out the back.
We've got a clubhouse where the grass green used to be.
They gave me a choice. They could... Col Rankin said we got a choice. We could... If we lose the third green, we can turn it into a car park and a $15 million building. And I said, I have to think about it. Okay. It didn't take long to think about it. Our problem is we only have 2 greens now. We can't get our players on 2 greens.
Not a bad problem to have.
Yes, we were talking about it before. Here, Cody, ain't you a little sweetheart?
Just buttering you up, getting you ready for Rocky, mate.
Having 55 in the club singles and 32 in the mixed pairs, people think we get those events over quickly. It's not... A lot of clubs haven't got 32 ladies, let alone 32 that are playing in the mixed pairs.
Good call. I'm certainly glad Waves don't have 55 in the singles. I'm flat out getting through when we've got 20. Where's arcing back here, just over. That'll be the shot. 2 foot through. Pitchy switch back to the forehand side, back playing opposites.
2 foot through, that's 2 of Jack Horn's feet.
Brett Davis feet.
Brett Davis feet, same thing.
Pretty fair shot here. Just got to hang on. He's going to do a bit of turning in the last bit here. That's the shot.
Warren Fairjones says if you can't go out, go up.
Greg Robbie, no, there is no time limit on the final here. There won't be a bell to stop this one. It'll go all the way to the end.
Hello, Tomo.
Robert Thompson. Hello, Tomo. The best team manager Queensland's ever had. Go Wiz. I'm guessing he's referring to you there, James.
Yes, he was referring to me.
I've heard a few stories from the
Darwin
trip.
Only time Queensland's won a Test series undefeated, and it started in 1953. I won't mention our players that were suspended at the time. One of them's...
Great shot.
One of them's running second in this game.
You sound like exactly the sort of manager that the over 40s Queensland side needs, mate.
No. It was only a fortnight after Kelvin had won the singles gold medal, and
I see.
He took a bit of belting his confidence up.
Brett Wilkie just not quite got back.
One thing I didn't have to do that trip was to inspire Kelvin into having a little bit more confidence.
No, he would have been up and about, that's for sure.
He couldn't rub the smile off his face, whatever you did. Let alone, fining him $1,000 for taking his shirt off was a pretty good one.
I'd rip the hat around all the boys for that, surely. Suspended. A suspended sentence. Only have to pay it if you do it again.
Yes, good to hear from you, Tomo.
Up in Cairns? Up that way? Up that part of the world, I think.
I don't know where he is now.
Pretty sure.
Moving out across the road from Mooloolaba. He was one of our main problems in that grand final in 2012.
It doesn't. Yes, he certainly was.
He never got off the jack.
No, he's just
teach him. He was playing for Australia at the time, and didn't let anything down.
Out of all the bowlers in Australia, Wiz would have to be the gentleman of the bowls, true champion. Millsy Mills, you're not far wrong there, mate. If he's not,
he doesn't know me. Obviously, he doesn't know me.
I think you were well included in the squad. You didn't make the top 50. If Wiz is not in the top 3, he's certainly in the conversation.
Doug Tate wants to know what bowls they're using. That's
my
field.
department. The blue and whites that Glen Pitts are using are size 4 Henselite XGs, and Wizzer with the green and golds. that are running for the bowl and just missing are Aero Optimas, size 4. Aero with the same line every time. So the slogan goes. I think it means that when mine don't play the same line every time, it's got more to do with me than the bowl.
They've dashed away by 2 shots again. Open up the big lead.
Yep. 13-11. That's, again, Pitsy gets 2 in front. I'd be almost shocked if...
You're going to back
Wiz to win this
Wiz
end.
to get 2 shots?
Certainly to win the end.
Wait till I Google up what Tom Waterhouse is betting on this one.
Pretty short.
2 shots to Wiz is the favourite way for the score this end.
Yep.
And a no ball in the cricket on the fourth over, 3rd ball.
Bowled by Juna Ranatunga.
Yeah. That will definitely be a no ball.
Mickey Trojak, what colour bowls are they using? Thanks, Mick. That's fantastic, buddy. That's
you're on fire.
Outstanding. For those that are colourblind, that's the first bowl played was a brown one, and the next one coming down is also brown. Black and white TV, yes, that's the black bowl and the white kitties. Good shot.
One's green and gold for an obvious reason.
Actually, to be honest, yesterday when I first saw Wiz get those out of his bag, I thought he'd produced the biggest flex of all time, where he'd pulled out the green and gold with the Australian coat of arms on them.
Yep.
I thought that was like, and I thought, oh, that is a flex. You roll into the Queensland champion and champion singles with the Australian coat of arms bowls, but they haven't. They've just got Aero written across them. I was watching from a distance.
Somewhere near it. Ooh.
Just through the hole.
Need a tick.
Who's got shot there?
White.
This is another one of those times where an ordinary, a normal run-of-the-mill singles player is probably playing the other hand here because they're worried about hitting the kitty back to Brett's bowls, but that's not even entering into Pitsy's mind. He'll just stick where he's played his first 2, just draw another one. He's just finished a bowl wide.
Yeah. Here's David Clark comment. Walter would have gifted them to him.
And justifiably so.
Obviously, he wouldn't.
Been a fair while since Wiz had to buy a set of bowls, I would have thought.
Yes, I hate to think the last time he paid for a set of bowls.
Rightio. Glen Windle gets very confusing with the blue grass. Yes, very good, Glenn. Everyone's got onto the colour coding here. Mike Watts watching from, I'm going to say, is that Wales? Looks like the flag of
That'll do.
The dragon. I'll tell you where they do have a blue grass, and that's up at Northern Beaches at Mackay. Looks sensational. All reports are it runs really good.
Here we go.
What have we got going on here? Oh my lord. I don't think that's exactly the option that... I don't know what's happened there.
It's a gulp.
I think Pitsy's had a...
brain explosion.
He might have had a mini stroke or something there, I'm not sure.
It mightn't have been a brain explosion, it might have been more like a brain pop. But he spooned it, got the wrong side of the jack, and now he's going to lose 4.
And we will have a new leader again.
Tommy Waterhouse said it was only going to be 2.
That, I'm a bit shocked. I'm not sure what to say there.
This is the bowl that's hard to.
Yep. I had a few of these against Kane and Jacob, and Kane made sure before I played it, he let me know that I'd been drawing them inside that all day and that it was no troubles at all to draw it, which just put a little bit extra pressure on you to draw it.
And this one might only, I suppose it counts.
Brett Wilkie's far better than me.
Can you tell me who won the ladies' gold medal this morning? I couldn't.
With great pleasure, we can tell you who won the ladies' gold medal.
Yeah, Del Pursehouse, Bargara, home track, beat Vicky 25-17.
And I can assure you that there is not a bowler in Australia putting more time into making sure they are prepared for this, for the singles and the pairs with Connie. You've got the bronze with Connie in the pairs, beaten by the winners in their section.
Lost one game, and one game out of 4, lost to Claire Turley and Lindsay Clark.
That's it.
I mean, you get the bronze medal for being in the same section as them. If you would have been in the other section, they would have got the silver medal.
Yep, correct. Or maybe even the gold. You never know what happens in the final. But yeah, Adele's...
Nobody was going to beat those two. We would have need 3 players.
I was a bit busy.
The only way you would have beaten Lindsay and Claire in that final was to have 3 players in the pairs team.
It's an important end here for Glenn to shake off that last end. He just needs to wipe that from the old memory. Crowd certainly rolling in here now. Yeah, Del Pursehouse got the gold medal. Vicky Cameron the silver. Wendy Wilson the bronze.
You know the greatest Reggie?
I know the GROAT. GROAT still counting his cash from winning at Woodgate and picking up to Calcutta with the Hamilton boys.
Does he cut this?
No.
In the bronze, Wendy Wilson beat Bolivia Millerick to take the bronze in the ladies, and Mark Armstrong beat Rob Spence in the men's bronze, and both games were very close, really.
They were. Good shot, Pitsy.
Pitsy's back in the swim.
Nick Gosley suggesting that that Pitsy played it just before Wiz did. Wiz was going to play that anyway, so he just saved him the trouble. Good to see you up and about, Willie. You should be cutting the greens on the golf course, I think, shouldn't you? Yes, brother, we shan't talk, Michael, brother, we shan't talk to Pitsy just for a couple of minutes, but let him calm down, although he's drawn the shot here, so a couple of deep breaths and a couple of extra strong chews on the chewing gum.
Anthony King, cracking game, just got home from hospital, resting up and watching bowls. Why not?
It's a pretty good way
Here comes number 2.
Rest and recover.
Well, he's got to get there.
Yeah, I think that's in. Close. I think it just makes it.
Don't know the answer to that, Timmy.
Robbie might give us a different angle and tell us who's got second shot.
I don't think that's in.
What about now? What's Wiz going to play here? Forehand? Forehand, through the port, trailer kitty. Sit the bar.
Playing into danger. He's got a good track for it.
He's trying to be underneath that one, so...
He's underneath that one. He was always underneath that one. It's whether or not he got the jack.
Got the jack, but... Oh! Oh! Get on your back. I see what the GROAT's done there. He was logged in as himself, and had to log out as himself because he had to go to work. So he's tuned back in as the GROAT, so that nobody knows that it's still him.
Okay,
Craig Howlett. Nice work. I like that. Probably need to get myself a little pseudonym, a little extra something I could log in when I'm at work.
From the Nut Factory.
Yep. Spend all these live streams, have them running on my mobile phone underneath my computer screens.
I think he's playing this as if he's down.
I'm pretty sure he is, and he's not far away.
He's got the little edge.
That's...
He's got a very little edge. That was a feather.
Wiz says 2, and Pitchy says, yep, I'll take those, thanks very much. A roll of the eyes.
Well,
and just like that, we're back to square again.
We're back to the same as this morning. We were playing tennis at one stage, 15 all, as if he's down.
I'm pretty sure he is, 10, and he's not far away.
Here, we're watching it. He's got the little edge.
So he was going to be pretty close anyway. Little feather helped.
And the replay's on, you can't talk.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
He might have got the jack had he not got the feather.
Correct. Yes, he did. He got that one to stand pretty good. He can do that at times. He started good here too. That's a fair starter.
Hiawatha's throwing some weird ones in already.
Oh, nice. Bit early for a smoothie yet, Jace.
The Bargara Sunrise, it's called. Hiawatha. Let go of my legio. Oh, he's a little short. The game this morning was 15 all, like tennis. You'd say we've had 2 interesting singles finals. Adele got away from 15 all.
This is a pretty high quality game. I just, it doesn't feel like either one of them's going to slip away here. I think it's going to be tit for tat, and you get one, I'll get one, you get 2, I'll get 2 sort of a situation. Brett just a little quick there, got right back to the centre line.
Yeah, dropping his first bowl shook him. He had to make sure he was up with the second one.
There's a good little head forming here for Glen Pitts. He just needs to get this one to get right back down here. Oh, he just got out a little too high. That was a chance. He really, if he nails that one, Wiz is really under the pump on this end. But now he's just got to open draw, slip around the front one.
Well, it's not that open, but you got to be round it, and he's on it. He wasn't up, and he's made sure it's in his road now.
That's made it harder. I'd be absolutely shocked if Pitchy didn't play the next bowl on his forehand.
Ain't you a sweetheart? Clearly I am, Kathleen Hanson. Caroline McAuliffe says you've got this, Pitsy.
He's certainly giving it a red hot crack. And that's a great looking line. That's where they come from on that hand. It's all about his speed here.
He's got good speed.
If he gets one right on the nose of this.
Goodish speed.
Good enough.
I thought he had enough to tuck
3.
it in. I thought he had enough to just to tuck it up 2 inches.
That's 3, and what? Brett's going to play 3 and he backhand and switch to his forehand and draw, or does he search up, looking to land something on his backhand?
I think he draws on his forehand.
I think so too.
You got to draw. Run for show, draw for dough. You draw the shot in your forehand.
I'd say so. It's about the longest he's taken behind the mat. He's put a bit of extra thought into this one.
Bowl too wide, isn't he?
Trying to get back
bowl
now.
Too quick.
Quick, yeah. I thought quick more than wide. 3 to Pitsy. 18-15. And he breaks away again.
Don't know whether you want to answer that one there.
I no, didn't get him any chocolate coated nuts this time round. I haven't been at work all week, so I didn't get a chance. The last time I got them some dry roasted macas, it was fantastic. What they didn't know was that they were all chocolate coated before I gave them to them.
Yeah,
I just got rid of the chocolate
off them.
Got rid of the chocolate and gave them the bits that I didn't want.
Yep.
All the seconds. Brian didn't care. He still thought they were good.
Yeah, they wouldn't have affected Brian. How far behind? A metre?
Yep.
Bit more than a metre.
Yeah. This is the.
That's a wild bowl for these blokes.
Yep. This is the. It's a big end, I think, in the context. Pitsy wins this. It gets him on the springboard.
Must have been the pressure of getting a 3 and Brett's going to put a lurker in, metre or so behind. Maybe not a metre. Just far enough for someone else to beat.
And if you've just noticed, Wiz has switched off of his backhand that he's played 90% of the game on, and now is following Pitsy down on the ditch side. Pitsy just travelling through again here.
Max Stewart is watching.
We won't worry about counting any of those bowls as being shot yet because they're all too far away for these blokes.
We'll have a look at the grass on this one.
It's all about his speed here.
The grass is just about perfect.
And his speed's pretty handy.
Just about perfect.
That's the shot. That's the one. Just far enough away to let Pitsy have a little hope of a little sit shot there. Well,
he's under the line, so he needs weight to hang up.
I don't think he will. He's got the perfect weight to draw it. Oh, not even. Yeah, he would have. He just made Jack high. He's just missed his line, missed the assignment there.
Brett's not wide.
No, he's not.
Could be a bowl under. Might jam this kitty out if he's not careful.
No, he's got a little drift.
He's played the bomb. Now we don't know that Jack High one. Robbie's going to tell us. Greg's going to tell us.
It's only one, I reckon.
Very close to 2.
Right, yeah, so it's 1 and a measure. That's a better draw line.
Got the right track. Should draw a second shot.
Speed's pretty good here.
Should draw a second shot. He gets inside them. Oh.
Yep, that's second shot. No fear about that.
Thought he was coming a little bit more than that. But he's made almost exactly Jack High.
Brad's already on his way.
Wiz wasn't very long on the mat.
He had it halfway down before Glenn's had finished.
I'll make sure it's second shot soon.
16-18. What's he going to do here? Same length? Just keep plugging away at each other here, or is there going to be a change?
Well, nobody's changed the length in the last 17 hours. Thinking of it. Thinking of a walk up the green with it. Standing there.
Matt back and kitty short. Kitty short.
Kitty short. I thought, talking about him and Junior being indoor players, they should. This is the length he could dazzle on.
I made the fatal error of thinking I could play Wiz on short ends. It didn't work out so good for me.
Keith Wally, many years ago, was playing the singles in our McCracken Cup, and he told me he was going to play Junior short ends. I said, you won't be playing in the final. I said, you'll play him long ends. No, I'll beat him on the short ends. Yeah.
Pretty fair starter yet. That's a length change, and he's 18 inches short there. That's a pretty good starter of what is a pretty dramatic change of length. It's, I don't know, probably 24 metres maybe.
It's an awful lot different than what they've been playing.
Certainly is. And they both found their way back to the centre rink.
There was some reason that Keith played junior early. It was a McCracken Cup semis. And he played him on the Thursday or something or other. And we played one rubber down. So it's close up. Oh, I don't know whether that was good or bad.
Not sure either. It doesn't look like that one of Brett's on the right hand side as you're looking at it in the road, but it just about is in the road of a draw shot that gets all the way back to the kitty. You can get just around it. You can get just around it with the right weight. And he hasn't. He's
Alex,
metre through.
nothing but ditch the ditch in Mackay next month.
Don't tell me, Skipper. I'm not throwing the kitty. You do as you do.
You tell your third whatever you want, whether the lead does it or not. Alex will be completely different.
Keith is the lead, so I think he's Keith Wally's our lead for the north-south. That's what he's referring to.
Okay.
The carpet running 18 seconds up there. You don't have much choice about throwing them tee to tee. It's pretty hard to throw them short.
You're playing on the carpet?
Yep. On the carpet at South Suburban. Pitsy, what have you done here?
Bit of bowl.
Needs it.
Nobody's clapping.
Don't know.
Well, one person was clapping.
Don't know. I think it might be still two. I think it's still two to...
I'm going to say Brett's got two. Whether it's true or not, I don't know.
Shannon McAuliffe, come on, Pitsy, you can do this. Yes. He's certainly fighting a good fight. Got his nose in front, but there's an important end coming up here because he's hit two in front, and we all know what happens when he gets two in front.
It's a blocker.
I think he's blocking up something that Glenn wasn't playing, so it's probably a shocker.
Bevan O'Dwayne, welcome from Albury, go the Whiz. Somewhere up there was where Whiz was came from.
What's he going to play
in the abattoir
here?
Somewhere up northwest Victoria.
Nice little draw shot. Under the wide one, trail the kitty for three.
Well, he's up. He gave it enough speed when it left his hand.
Just got to hang on here. You don't want to wreck on that front one.
He didn't give it enough speed when it left his hand.
Now it's, guess what? Two in front. Guess what's happened?
Could be three.
Dropped to three, one behind.
Could be. Could be three. New leader.
18-16
You
becomes
said something about
19-18.
new leaders after we'd been talking half an hour. The lead might change a few times during the game.
Yeah, good length change there from Brett. I'm pretty sure he'll go again here. Play another little shorty. Hello, footy.
Boo-roa. Don't know where Boo-roa is.
Paul, let's go Wiz. Wiz is from Ballarat.
Okay.
Paul.
We've got Aubrey, Lynn Gilatley, Shane Foote. Now we'll bring out the Wiz's strength and play the short ends and go 3-3-3, game over.
Who said that?
Me.
Oh, you're a lunatic. I'll have whatever that's paying. I'll have some on that. No chance. Although that's not a terrific start.
Now it's the front knocker time.
Yep. It's not too far away here.
Got to get in out of the cold.
Just going a bit. Those bowls look pretty close on the camera, but the front one's a metre and the back one's a bit more than a metre. Plenty of room for Pitsy here.
Bit less than that, Timmy. A bit harsh.
You should see when I go fishing, all the fish I catch are really huge.
Yeah, when you get photos of them, you hold them out in front of you by the full length of your arms.
You get figurines. You get little toy soldiers and you get them holding the fish. It makes them look huge. Good shot there, that's the one. Just a foot past.
They're not really taking much time on the mat now. Brett's getting that bowl down just as this one comes to rest and draws the shot.
Yep. A smattering of applause from the appreciative crowd. "10 minutes till bowl starts."
Yep.
Needs to hold on here, and he's not going to. Rightio, Bundaberg. Opportunity knocking if he draws a honker.
1 inch trail gives him that chance of 3.
Yep.
We're still on that trifecta.
No. 2's the best he can hope for here.
Shane Foote says a 24-all draw. 24-all on the last end. We don't want to talk about 24-all. Yeah.
Well, the bell's not going to go, so we're not going to get timed off here. That's interesting.
It's a bowl tight.
But his
Needed a scratch.
His weight's good enough. That's 2.
Falls down.
Rightio.
You're a little bit behind the 8 ball here, Pitsy. You can't be quick and hit on the wide one or your white one pops out.
Cold draw here.
You can't roll the shot bowl over once or you'll be 3 down.
Cold draw on his forehand. Drop off the side one for 1.
Yep, well that's what he's got on. He hasn't got much else on.
Oh, he's got it out in a good track. All about speed.
Bowl skinny. It's 1 bowl tight.
Is he? Speed's so good. You're right. Just under the track. 2. And Whizzer, first to 20, gets to 21 and is now potentially 1 end away from winning the gold medal.
I suggest to you that this won't be a long end.
Unless he somehow falls over on the mat and spoons it.
He throws it 5 metres in front of him. What a great game for the final. Anyone's game, I'm sure we will all learn from these two.
Hello, Jackie Dench. Hi from Macleay Island. I'm sure you're doing it tough on the veranda, watching the bowls overlooking the water. Say hello to Barry for us.
Denchy. Righto, here we go. You're on 21. You draw a front knocker first bowl.
Pitsy's support crew at the back there, right behind the Sandhills sign.
It's a bowl skinny.
Even more. Great speed. Stating the obvious, but it's an important end here for Pitsy. Needs to win this end and get the length back. Get back to those 3/4 length that he was going good on.
He's got a track. Don't know whether he's up.
Nope.
Without stating the obvious, whiz is a whiz at short ends.
Correct. As mentioned before, he's got a background in the indoor. Long time ago. But muscle memory, he says that.
Under 18.
You've made him spray one now. Well done, Jimmy.
Under 18.
That's your fault, that is.
Chris Hooper. Simple delivery of his is machine-like. That's better.
Much better.
That's a better shot. Pitsy.
It's just about what the doctor ordered. Still 1 down, I think. Still one to the green.
Ooh. Thought that was going to be shot for sure.
That has to be narrow.
Not much.
Has to be.
Not much.
Has to be. Has to be.
Not much.
Still one.
One in a different place.
Yep. Rightio.
Wasn't saying anything about this one.
It's all about speed here. Just short.
I wonder why. Well, that's got to be the track.
Certainly looks good to there, doesn't it?
It's on it.
It's not far away.
It's on it.
It's
Bit skinny.
rightio. What's he playing now? It's down 2. He hasn't really threatened getting close at this point. He's just going to go whack. Hope he sinks it. Gets the bowl of the jack.
I think he's going to play a half-weighted shot,
Oh, that'd be tough.
which may turn or not turn depending on how it likes it. Well, he's played a half-weighted shot.
It's getting back. But is he getting back quick enough? Nope. That was the danger with that weight. 2 to whiz. 23.18.
Might be far away with my 3-3-3 call. 3-2-2-2 call.
Correct. Well, you're still wrong. You said 3-3-3, so you're wrong.
3 2s or 2 3s. I might have.
You had the comma in the wrong spot.
I might have had my finger on the crystal ball at the right place.
$1 for another short end here. Cheryl Brown, you're tuning in late to the party here from Meandra. Brett Wilkie is only 2 away from securing his 2nd gold medal in the champion singles. Last won it in 2010. I've got the book here. I asked him yesterday how many times he'd been in the final. He said he won it once. No, he could remember twice that he got beaten once by Chris G.
Yep.
Up in Mackay, and the other time by a bloke named, I don't know, Colin Kelly it might have been. He was a pretty good player.
That was at
back in the day.
That was at Broadbeach. That was one of the best games of bowls ever seen. I think Brett got 5 when he played Kelly, and drew a bowl within 6 inches for the first 5 ends, and Kelly drew 1 on each hand inside him.
Just for spite.
For 5 2s. And sort of shook Brett a bit. And he ended up getting to 5 because Kelly couldn't bowl outside 2 inches. Straight outside the bar at Broadbeach it was. It was the year that Hiawatha and
Steve McNamee
won the...
Yep,
pairs.
2013.
2013. Best performance of bowls in a singles game by Colin Kelly when he played Brett. It wasn't the final, it was in his section, I think. Anyway.
Good shot.
Not everybody from the bush gets to play for Australia. Normally you have to play down in the south corner to get to play for Australia.
Not everyone from the bush gets to play for Queensland, let alone Australia.
Trevor Morris probably played for Australia from up there.
Graham Cook. Mackay, did he get a...
Don't know whether he played for Australia. He might have won every event at the state titles one year.
Pitsy, what have you done here, mate? Just got to reach. Just short, 1 to whiz. Brett coming down and have a look.
Junior Thane. think Wiz beat me in the final at Bribey. That's close enough to correct, Junior.
Certainly, I'm not going to argue.
'09 when you won it with Crackers and Ring a Bell and I wasn't.
Yep, that was our sixth time in 7 years of making the last 8 in Queensland.
Back '03 was Murtagh, '05 was Mullins. In between that, Colin Kelly at '03. Let's get back here. Crunch time.
Tell you what. Oh, geez, if that's not in, it's pretty close. Could be a game lie here.
We're going to run some fingers over it anyway.
Well,
Fraser Maguire's on board. Deirdre Eyre.
Benny Pitsy wishes that his closest bowl was another bowl either side of that line so that he could have a proper rake for the jack here, but the mower man's out mowing the footpath for the 4th time this week.
Yeah, him and Rags have a great time.
Perfect timing as Pitsy's trying to play a bowl to save the match, and the mower man comes along and throws up dust and rocks everywhere.
At least it's blown away.
Close. Very, very close here. Needs a result now. That'll do it. Everyone's happy because we play for another end.
Trevor Morris from Stratford North at Cairns and Colin Kelly from Edge Hill. The two blokes played for Australia from up north. Billy Morris has put that in.
Very good.
I suggest we might have a change of length, Timbo.
Look, I don't feel like Glen's going to play a short end. If I was a betting man, I have been known to have a quiet double. I'd suggest this will be pretty close to T to T. Which won't worry Brett because that's his other bread and butter.
Well, he's got to play T to T because that's what everybody goes against him.
He hasn't quite gone that long, but it's certainly a lot longer than we've been playing. It's a solid 3/4.
Oh, I call that long. 2 metres short of maximum, or metre and a half short of maximum.
Oh yeah. Nail the first one and then work it out from there.
Because Pitsy only needs 2 threes on the long end now.
Yep. It's a pretty fair starter.
Almost good. When it sits down.
That's outstanding.
When it sits down, it's almost good.
From close enough to bare minimum length to metre and a half off the tee and finish as good as that is why he is here, ladies and gentlemen.
A bit of an answer. Not going to be far away. Here it comes.
And Whizzer says, well, if that's what you want to do,
Flop
buddy,
down.
we'll have a bit of that.
We'll have a knocker.
I'll have a bit of that action myself. Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming. Now Pitsy says,
now what?
What have I got to do? What have I got to do better than that? What have I got? Why me? Why me? I draw 1 inch jack high and I'm
run
down.
early here. Try and just.
Kelly is still a top bowler. Oh, we know that. Kelly's a top bloke.
There's no one more relieved than Colin Kelly when Benny Criven moved to Townsville. Took such a weight off his shoulders.
How close is this?
Oh, this is so good. That's such an effort.
That's Sweet Caroline. So good, so good.
What it does do is makes it hard for Wizard to draw the second one. He needs to go out.
Oh, well, it was hard for him to draw a second one to go out anyway.
He'll be just looking to get past here. Out here on the high side where the kiddies a chance of springing to. The boys have agreed to come down and have a little looky-loo here.
We get back to Tomo and the trip to Darwin in '06 we're talking about Colin Kelly. Charlie didn't go and Kelly stepped up to skip. We're only playing 12 that year, and he played a young bloke that was just coming through the grades called Aaron Sheriff when Queensland played New South Wales. Yep. And the Kelly gang was riding high and beat Aaron by 22. When we played Victoria, played Pebbles and beat Pebbles by 22. It made it very hard for the other two teams just to hang in there.
Yep.
Kelvin and Lurch, you know, when one team's winning by 22, and the Kelly gang was really riding hard that time. You never saw better bowls. Audrey Rutherford, Muncher and Jason Grundon they were debutant players that played like they've been playing for 50 years.
Tell you what, Pitsy, you're close here. Just got to get back that last little bit.
Got it.
Didn't get it. Oh, Jimmy with the early crow.
God, wrong again. Bruce Kirk saying hello to Mary, that's one of the always-on people from Scotland.
Jimmy Wise, thanks for the commentary. Well, not finished yet, Jimmy. There's still a bit of work to be done. If Pitsy gets as close as that again...
He's working on 2 threes.
He's working on Jimmy's call of 2 threes to get himself in the swim here. Surely he's just going to play the same again. He
trails that an inch. He can't spit it anywhere else, or he's big trouble, little China.
Yeah.
He's got to trail it no more than a foot, and
Riz is looking how far he's got to get the kitty with his next one to make 2. If he misses.
Yeah, how he plunts on the backhand.
Yep. Bowl up and over through the jack.
Maybe he wants to be a foot by a foot behind and cop the one down.
No. No chance. He will be trying to draw a toucher here.
Doesn't have to overthink this one.
Well,
is he up?
I'm not sure, but he's on the track if he is.
He's not up.
Oh, Pitsy. Okay, now it's game on for Brett Wilkie. He can. He really can't go too wrong, can he? On his where he gets the kitty to where he's standing, he's game over. If he draws up and sits the white bowl of Pitsy's, it's game over.
You never. Playing adventurous shots, sometimes they don't actually happen correctly, Timbo. This will be an adventurous shot.
Well aware of that, but surely...
He's got to spit it by a metre. That bowl's a long way behind that it's aimed at. Robbie's going to give us a look.
Shot bowl.
There it is.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't the Ross Gray sign, it was the bowl right back there. It's a fair crack.
Well, okay, he's playing the forehand. He must be just going to try and draw around.
And draw another shot.
Yep. I think he's just going to take one.
We'll go to 24.
Take one, play another short end. And
he didn't have to be adventurous. He wasn't feeling as adventurous.
I could have drawn it up for him on the screen if we had the magic marker pen. We could have shown him what he was going to play. But that's the reason he's out there and I'm not. One of many, many, many reasons.
He could have set the backhand, set the second shot, Robbie, yes. He was thinking he might just tap it the wrong way.
He is on the precipice.
A bird in the hand.
Yep. He's got one hand on the gold medal.
I know somebody had that in the 4s. When Alan Faulkner upset that little idea. Don't often get 10 shots on the last 4 ends, including a 4, all within 4 inches to win a gold medal.
Well, I don't think that's the winner yet. It's in the game.
It's in the ballpark.
if this does end up being the last end, I just want to say congratulations to you, Jimmy, and the Bowls Queensland team. It's been a fantastically well-run event. All of the volunteers and helpers, to Robbie and the live stream crew, as always, you've done a fantastic job. Been back and watched a few of the games, and even the ones that I wasn't involved in have been. I've watched a couple of those as well. Great shot there, Wizzer. That could be the winner.
You need a good one out of your Pitsy to keep going. Yes, the live streaming crew is a bit light on numbers, you know. One's the Bowls Queensland president and one's the worker. Yeah, we need a good one out of him. Had to sit down.
It's in the game.
Had to sit down.
It's been fantastic to have an event like this here. Trans-Tasman was probably the last time Bargara hosted something of this magnitude, I suppose.
Or the mixed pairs.
Oh, mixed pairs, yeah, that was pretty good too. I enjoyed that. That was good. Pitsy quick here.
Play some more ball.
Or not. Oh no.
I wouldn't say that went dead, would you?
Oh no. Oh, that's stiff. That is very, very stiff.
Hit that about as good as he could hit it. Little slump of the shoulders. He's hiding behind that sign at the moment.
Tell you what'll be worse if Wiz honks one on here, because...
No, he doesn't want to be on. He wants to be a foot behind. Because Pitts will be going again. Oh... Oh,
like I said, if Wiz honks one on here,
that's all right. That's far enough away.
Just got to forget about the disappointment of the bad result here.
Well, he's got to go 1-2, hasn't he?
Or does he just draw the shot?
Well,
he's got the Jack High one to. If he beats, that's a good aiming point for him. If he can beat that, he keeps alive in the game here.
Well, he's on 24. He's got to draw the shot, not second shot.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. Well, the Jack High one's the shot bowl. If he beats that, he'll stay alive.
I'm watching more screen than you're watching. Okay.
I can see.
They're the same distance apart. I thought looking at the screen is the short one being the closer one.
No, Jack High one, but he's running. Going for both the bowls here.
1-2 for 3 shots. Hit something.
Killed it. That'll do. That'll do. Keeps the dream alive. And Wizard says, we'll play him back, thank you very much.
Take him back down that end.
That'll give the marker a bit of work.
Greg job do. Go and feel. Get going and fielding him was a big enough job.
Interesting. I always thought that once the last bowl had killed it, that you didn't have the option to go back, because that was the completion of the end.
You have to agree. You've got to agree.
All right. Won't worry him too much. Good news is
one of the games yesterday was a very close game, and the last 10 ends, one of the teams won the whole 5 going that way, and the other team won the whole 5 going that way. And they still ended up, they won the difference when they started all that, and they ended up won the difference when they finished. Always better to finish at the big end. At the bag end, sorry.
Well, that's the opposite way to the way we're going. And that's a little longer than... That's a little longer than we've been. Almost made it to the end of the dotted lines.
That's longer than real short.
Yep.
By about 2 metres more than we've been playing, isn't it, with the mat back?
Reckon. Well, I'm sitting right on the yellow line here, so I'd say that's 26 metres maybe. Might be 25 metres instead of the 21. Whatever the length. It hasn't really worried Brett Wilkie too much. He just says, I'll do that, thanks. Little touch-up.
Take some grass.
Pitsy's under the track here as well. But there is a bowl to land. That's the one, right in the middle. Only heavy if you miss.
That is one of your sayings, isn't it? The problem may be Hiawatha, or the whole bunch of you. Only heavy if you miss.
Yep. And
you drive for show and you draw for dough.
That's a great shot. That is a great shot.
You don't beat the good players without being able to draw close.
Yep. Guys over the back playing social, missing out on all this red hot action.
It's amazing Rags hasn't run out and have a chat with that mower man. He's had a few chats with him. When he was mowing the other day, he asked Greg if he could go out and have a chat with him, but Greg said no.
I know, it had to be one of the cars parked along the edge of the road there in those houses, because he was flicking rocks up everywhere. He wasn't cutting much lawn. It's 3 different mowers in 4 days. It's 3 different blokes have mowed that patch. I'd say they've got 3 different contracts with the council.
No, you're just lucky it wasn't Junior. He does a fair
putting
bit
an invoice.
This one's close.
This is
got to bump it.
This is his
He's got to
best
spit the
chance
jack.
here.
He spits the jack to his own.
What a shot. What a great shot, Glen Pitts. It's enough for Wizard to come down and have a look.
No, I guess the white one's shot, eh?
Absolutely. White one's the shot. I can tell you that the green one is 2 bowls past. I got the advantage of being able to see just past the monitor to the...
Yeah, cheating
a bit.
Eating's cheating. Looking round the corner from the monitor's cheating too. Everybody else, like us, have got to watch it on TV.
Brett Wilkie will change over here. Draw one on the backhand, I reckon.
Don't know.
Draw a toucher.
He's been playing backhand on the longer ends, but he's played forehand so far.
100%. Never any chance of anything else here. Just over the draw.
Not getting back.
I think he is. It's just a fraction quick. Wasn't a bad effort. Pitsy follow him down, I'd say. If he flops off that last bowl, he'll just about get second shot.
Has he got enough room to get second shot?
I think so. It's close.
He's got enough room to touch the kitty and lose the game.
Yeah, but he's also got a chance to get to 21 himself. Puts him on the springboard.
Bird in the hand.
Skipper, you reckon a bit of Vaseline on this one?
I would think so. Burgie's dead, you know. He can't call for a Vaseline bowl.
He's played it high enough that he wasn't really a chance to give it away. Fraction quick. 1 to Pitsy, keeps the dream alive. 24-20 for all of those playing along at home that had the score of both of them getting to at least 20. You're in the money, in the jackpot.
Kenny Hunt supposedly lives here these days, talking about Burgie and his Vaseline bowls, but he's been a member here for 3 years, and I reckon he's been in Bargara for 3 months of those 3 years.
Yep.
But I haven't seen Horizontal for years. I've been thinking that we should try and catch up with Horizontal. There's no more Burgie. Like, nothing's too good for the workers or their representatives.
Many a good beverage had around the old Bargara bar before the tornadoes and all that got rid of things.
Yep.
A couple of songs sung.
Sportsman's breakfast.
Good starter. Just close enough to keep the pressure on.
Rum and Gatorade.
Oof.
Rum and Gatorade for breakfast.
No, thank you.
That was Burgie.
Brett Wilkie very close here. Needs to get down, and he has. That's the shot. I'm going to say that's not the winner yet, but it's in the conversation.
What sort of a judge would you be to say that we'd be playing social bowls at 1:30?
Is there like a 2:30 start for this screen, or
inside it? Flop.
And oof, that's close. Don't know.
Brett's going to change hands, whatever he's
Brett's
decided.
still holding shot, I'd reckon.
Can you swing us, Robbie? Or you're just going to tell us that Brett's shot? If this one comes any further, it'll be shot.
No, he's going a bit quick. One down. Didn't really have to look too hard.
Brett shot. And got last bowl. Another important part of this game.
Yep. Greggy Brown from Coolum. We'd rather be one behind, playing the last end, have last bowl than be the other way around.
One in front. Can't get that one back.
I don't think he can he?
Can't get it
trying.
back.
It's coming hard now. Oh, that might nearly do it. Certainly made it closer.
Not going to ask the question. I'd say it's wedged between those two.
It's a bit... I think the one that Glenn just hit is actually jack high. And the other ones are all a bit short. So, there you go. I'm not ruling Pitts yet for having shot there. The flat bowl, dead jack high.
Brett didn't ask.
I don't think Brett really cares. I think Brett thinks he'll just draw the shot, which is fair enough.
That's what he's got in his equation, whether he's up or down.
Makes no difference. There's plenty of room. He doesn't chase too many, the old fella. He's close here.
He follows a lot of thirds bowls. He didn't really get up a bit of speed like that one.
Pretty close.
Like that.
He's pretty close.
He's pretty close. No, he's too wide. Didn't get any chalk.
Now the equation is if Pitsy's got second shot, he can have a proper go at that. And then if he gets bowl or jackets.
Even if he hasn't got second shot, he could have a proper go at that.
I think so.
Hits the edge of the bowl. On the outside edge, it'll go more than likely dead. But not so. It will go dead. It'll crack into those
bowls.
bowls.
It's the kitty. It'll either be one up in the ditch or it'll be out of bounds.
Nothing for dropping short.
Nothing to lose but your smoker's cough. One of your favourites?
Yep. Ooh.
Got it away pretty good. He's close here. Well, I think that's going to be the end of the game because Brett Wilkie is...
Well, how far back did the toucher go? Oh.
Doesn't know. Brett Wilkie's got 3 metres to draw the shot here.
27 feet.
2 metres anyway. The only chance Pitsy's got is if he threw the bowl away and said he couldn't find it.
We need a magpie to swoop across and scone Brett down the forehead as he's delivering the bowl. It's his only chance.
Anyway, it's still strange things happen.
Been a great game.
Has been.
And a good hit from...
Yep. Another
Pitsy.
stiff result. He's had a couple of those.
Yeah.
I think he might rue that one where he ripped his own bowls out and...
Possibly.
Damn, he's going a bit. He's going a bit. But he's not going that far.
Well,
Great game, gentlemen.
It is.
It is one to Brett Wilkie. He's already written it on the card.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening. And thank you very much for commentary, Timbo.
Thanks, mate.
Always good. We're going to do the sponsors, boss. You better do the sponsors.
Yep,
I might have to go and do some organising.
You better go and organising. That's fine, mate.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Robbie. And, of course, these events don't happen without our fantastic sponsors. The 2024 Bowls Queensland Champion of Champions here at Bargara Bowls Club, Sandhill Sports Club, proudly supported by the Bundaberg Regional Council, Bargara Bowls Club, Bioscapes Group, Ross Gray Motor City, and, of course, the Sandhill Sports Club. And then our Bowls Queensland's sponsors, proudly supported by Mullins, More Than the Law, the Queensland Government, BCIB Insurance Brokers, Asiat Sport, JC Carroll Club Promotions, and of course the Bioscapes Group. Fantastic sponsors of all of the Bowls Queensland events, because they're the sponsors of Bowls Queensland themselves. So thank you very much to them. Without your continued support, we cannot give you great events like this.
Certainly. How are you, mate?
I'm fantastic. Welcome back, mate, when all the work's done.
Yeah, mate, come back, take all the credit for it, bud, now. Mate, what a great effort, though, Tim. What a great final, fitting final. Not only two great draw bowlers, but two great blokes with it, too.
Absolutely.
So, you know, it's you toss a coin, both fantastic blokes, both great opponents of draw bowls. They've got every shot in the book, and they displayed their talent out there this afternoon. Absolutely,
and the social bowlers are very quickly into their rhythm here, getting the pegs and the scoreboards back out so they can get on the green. The Bargara crew, they're keen, they want to get into things.
Which is understandable too, mate. But one thing, though, I must admit, though, I mean, both of these players must give you a lot of credit where you've been able to play them into form to make the final, though, Timmy. You know
so I never had to play Pitsy. He was in the other section, but certainly Wiz. The only bloke that got more off Wiz than me was Pitsy. So I absolutely got him into form there.
But all joking aside, going away with the fun. But mate, great effort by you, though, buddy. Like to make this in one event is pretty damn tough, but to make it in all three, you've had a pretty good year, bud.
I have been, mate. Year of the Moth.
Yep.
May it long continue. Yep. Hopefully there's a bit more to come in 2025.
Now, just for Fiona, that's Brett's lovely wife.
It is.
He doesn't get any prize money for this fee.
Nothing.
No prize money.
Nothing at all. It's
so probably have to probably have to take a bit more out of housekeeping this week.
Well done, mate.
So I think, but Fiona, he gets no prize money, so he just have to give him some more out of housekeeping.
Well done, mate.
Brett was amazed. Said, Fiona, you're watching.
She only just tuned in once someone texted her and told her the game was over and that you'd won, so she's tuned in to check the prize money situation.
Dear. Good on you, Fiona. Look, absolutely superb game, and what a great week we've had, Tim.
It's been fantastic. The greens have been good. The volunteers have been fantastic.
Yeah.
The Bargara Club and Sandhill Sports Club too, they've... As much as, we've had Saturday, Sunday, Monday, all of those are bowls days here at Bargara as well. So there's been no social play. I think they come and played turkey pairs on Monday night. Yes. And then here as I said, they're all getting their bowls out. So they've given up their time on the greens for us to be able to play. And it's been fantastic. So,
mate, I've got to give a big call out to my little buddy here. Fiona still there. I'm only joking, Fee.
Correct. She's just on Karina in that she actually did tell her that they were just finishing, so she should tune in. Mate, to you and before we go, mate, to you and to Robbie, congratulations again. Another fantastic event. The camera work as always has been outstanding.
Oh well.
I mean, the way that you watch along with the packing up and setting up of a morning, I mean, not anyone could do that.
Well, I mean, one thing you find, like Robbie does a pretty good job, but it does need to be under adult supervision at all times, Timmy, so I just have to do my bit, mate, you know what I mean? So there's a bit of a run around the green. And also, too, just for your own benefit, we had 20,000 watching the lady of the finals, the pairs singles this morning, and this morning at 8:15, people watching on Facebook only, 420,000... 420,400. So with another 20,000 on, that's 440,000 we've had watching just on Facebook alone.
Beautiful. How good.
Bargara Bowls Club. So those figures are incredible and tells you the appetite people have out there for our great game, Timmy. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But look, a great call out to Robbie. He does a superb job. And
surround the grounds there of the
just
facilities.
The complex. It's unbelievable. It's really is. So we're all heading home this afternoon, but Robbie's staying here. I'm going to leave him here. Hopefully you're going to be around for a while because someone's going to have to look after him. So
my phone just rang. I've actually got to go, mate. I've got an appointment this afternoon. I know I was going to help pack up, but I've actually got to go.
Mate, you got to go pick macadamia nuts.
Yeah, I've got
the macadamia nuts back. So it's back. I mean, I know it's ceased for a whole week. You've been playing bowls, mate.
But it's back on Monday.
Timmy, it's always great to see you, my friend, and I love being here, mate. And well done to everybody that's participated in this, because to me they're all winners, mate. They really are. They've very deserved to be here, and fitting final. Brett Wilkie, I mean, Pittsy played well, but Brett, his sheer consistency.
He has been the standout in the singles from the very minute he stepped onto the green against poor old Grinder.
Yeah.
He just put on a display and he just was relentless ever since. So a worthy champion, and to Adele Pursehouse, the ladies champion.
Well done.
Those two are off to Tasmania
Yes.
to try and replicate Jacob Nelson.
Yes.
Winning the Australian Champion of Champions.
True.
That'll be next year.
The best part about it, and Jacob, I was down there watching that game, supporting him, and Chloe when they won that, the Australian sides and the Australian Championship, and straight after Jacob made a wonderful speech accepting the trophy, and he went straight over to Wiz and said, "Look at this, mate. Your name's on this trophy, and I am." And Wiz has had a look and said, "Yeah, I remember that." He said, "When I won that, I went to Cyprus." He said, "And you're going to Victoria, right?" I've never seen a kid lose a smile off his face so quickly, Tim.
Yeah, good. Right, mate, I'm out of here. Thank you very much.
Absolute pleasure. Great seeing you, Tim, and all the best, mate. We always look forward to catch up with you. You know that, buddy, and absolutely fantastic. But a big call out to my little buddy here. He's done a superb job all week, and I'm leaving him on his own. So
He'll be right.
Don't know how he's going to go.
He'll have it all packed up and down at Tweed for the pennant finals.
That's what I'll be seeing him.
Right, boys.
So good on you, Tim.
Thanks,
Thank you very much, mate. Great to have Timmy Smith and his insight into this great club, and been a pleasure being here this week up in Bargara. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I know I'm going to get off air now because I've got to go do the presentation, and absolutely fantastic having you all on board all week. Saturday, Tweed Heads Bowls Club. 8:30 Queensland time. We will be starting at 8:30 Queensland time. So we look forward to having you all on board. What a great weekend of bowls we got down there. The Division 1 Pennant State Playoff should be an outstanding, and a big thank you from Robbie and myself. So as we always say, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your bowls and support your club.